We're going to take a look at drawing templates that we're going to be using for all our drawings here. We'll be making two templates. We're making an inch and a metric, and we can use those for our 2D and 3D drawings. Okay, so we'll start off and we'll make the inch template. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create these layers. Okay, border, center, construction, cutting, dimensions, hidden object section, text, title block. You'll make object the current layer. Okay, and we'll use these colors here, these line types, and these line weights. Okay, I am assuming you can all do that. Okay, so if you want, you can pause the video now and make these layers. Oh, by the way, you're going to open up an imperial drawing, or a template, excuse me. So imperial template. Okay, once you get that done, okay, we're going to go and make three text styles. One called title, title large, and title small. Okay, and we're going to take, so let's take a look at, okay, if I go up to here, I have to go to this drawing, up to here, and I go to annotate. You'll see my text. Okay, click on that little arrow right here, and here we have title. Okay, be simplex. The height is 0.125. The width factor is 1. Go to title large, simplex 1.87. The width factor 0.750. Title small 0.095. Simplex, width factor 0.75. Okay, and I'll make title my current. Okay, we're also going to change our multi-leader style. So I will go to, back to my drawing. Let me go to the right one. Go to my drawing, and I will go up to annotate again. Here where it says leaders. Okay, I'm going to make a new, and I call it typical. Okay, on the leader format, I'm going to make this size 0.125. On the content, I'm going to make the text height 0.125. Okay, then I'm also going to make that as current. Okay, I'm going to go into the Dimension Text Style Manager, and I'm going to make a new one called ANSI Standard. Okay, in case you don't know where that is, up to Dimensions, hit this little arrow. I'm going to go to Standard and pick New, and that will make a copy of that standard. Okay, and what you're going to change on there is on lines, extend beyond dimension line is going to be 0.125. Under symbols and arrows, your arrow size is going to be 0.125. Your center marks are going to be none. Under text, your text height is going to be 0.125. Fit is fine. Primary unit is going to be decimal. Precision 0.002 decimal places. Make sure you take and put a check mark on leading zero suppression. Okay, again, I'm going to set that as current. Okay, and here's those if you didn't quite catch what I was saying there. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to draw the outline for our title block. Here are the dimensions. Okay. Now, once we draw the title block, I'm going to go into my construction layer. I'm going to put these lines, these red lines here now. I'm not going to go over how to do that. You should be able to do that. But one thing I wanted to show you is I have a dimension I have a dimension of 0.190 to the center where it says Camden County College. Now we can use our offset command, but if we use a normal offset, what it's going to do, it's going to take, for example, this line here is on title block, and it's going to take and make it the same line. Okay, if you go to offset and you go to layer, okay, and I make my construction line, I can put current. Now when I type 0.19 and enter, okay, it will put it on the construction line. Okay, so on the sheet that I gave you is where you want to put these lines and how you're going to justify the text. So again, you can look at that and carry on from there. Alright. Okay, now what we're going to do is you're going to go into layout 1. Okay, you're going to delete the viewport that's there. And I'm going to make a rectangle. Now I'm going to start at, let me get the dimension here, okay. You're going to start at, let me find it. You're going to start it at 0.25, comma 0.25, and then at, okay, 0.975, comma 0.725. Okay, so you're going to have a rectangle there. Okay, what you're going to do then is go into your title block. Okay, and I'm going to turn off the construction layer. I'm going to make something else, maybe object current layer, or title block was the one you were working on. And I want to turn off my construction layer. Okay, I'm going to highlight everything except I'm going to hold the shift button down and take off this line and this line. I'm going to right click, I'm going to go into clipboard, I'm going to copy with base point, I'm going to pick this point right here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that on my rectangle. Okay, I'm then going to come back in here in model space and I'm going to delete that. So when I go to my layout 1, I will have my title block there. Okay, then I'm going to go into layout 2. Okay, I'm going to go to the setup manager. Okay, and layout 2, and you're going to go here and I'm going to make this ANSI B 11 by 17. Okay, for layout 2. Okay, and now I'm going to draw a rectangle from 0.25, comma 0.25 to at 15, comma 10. And then on right click, I'm going to paste clipboard and paste my title block from here. Okay, so that gives me my 2 layouts. Okay, I'm going to go up to Save As. I'm just going to hover over it. I'm going to go to Drawing Template, and I'm going to call this CAD 2 Template. All right, so that will take care of our template. All right, our inch template. Now we're going to make a millimeter template. Now to do that, it's going to be pretty close to the same. Okay, the template we're going to open up is ACAD ISO.dwt, which is the isometric. You're going to go in to ISO 25 and you're going to make a new one called CAD 2 ISO. Okay, I'm going to change the lines here. I'm going to have the extend past dimension line 3.175, origin from offset 2. My arrow size is 3.175, no center marks. My text is 3.175. Fit is going to stay the same. Primary units, I'm going to go keep it at decimal. I'm going to change my precision to 0. And actually back here under text, we want to make sure this text alignment is at horizontal, and that horizontal and vertical here are both centered. Okay, we're going to take off the leading and trailing zeros. Okay, we're going to make that current. Going to go into our style manager again, make one called isotypical. Leader format, the size of the arrowhead is 3.175. The text height is 3.175. We're going to make that current. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the layers from my other template. So I'm going to go in here, okay, and I'm going to type in DC, okay, for our center. Okay, I'm going to pick the home button here, and then I'm going to find where I put my other template. Okay, so for example, mine here is CAD 102 inch template. Okay, you click on that, you will see blocks, details, dim styles, layers. I'm going to take layers, and there's the layers, and I'm going to highlight them, and I'm just going to take and right click and just drag them to the desktop. Okay, when I do that, okay, all those layers will be copied just as they were. Okay, and we'll have our layer. Okay, after that, what we need to do is we need to go up where view is, hit this little arrow here, and we'll get drafting standard. By default, the ISO drawing, not isometric, ISO millimeter drawing, it uses the first angle projection. We want to change this to the third angle projection. Okay, so again, I'm at the home directory. Up here under base, you'll see view. Click that little down arrow. We're going to change that to third angle. Okay, we'll pick OK. Alright, we'll go to layout 1. We will delete our viewport. We'll draw a rectangle. We'll start at 6.35, 6.35 at 242, 182. And that will give us our rectangle. Okay, we're going to go into our last one that we did with the inch, and we're going to copy all this. So we'll highlight it all. We'll go to clipboard, copy with base point. We'll pick this point here, and we will paste it to this corner here. Okay, we also need to go into there, and we need to change tolerance unless noted to millimeter. Excuse me. X plus minus 2.5 XX XXXX angular. Excuse me again. Okay, and then what we need to do is we need to go into layout 2. We want to change layout 2. So here's layout 2. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to page setup manager, layout 2, and I'm going to modify it. Again, I'm going to change this to ANSI A3, 297 by 420 millimeters. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another rectangle from 6.35, 6.35 to at 340, 248. Okay, again, we're going to take and we're going to paste from the previous one. Paste, take and paste this one that we've changed and copy it to layout 2. Okay, alright, we'll save that. We'll save that as a drawing template, and we'll call this CAD 2 millimeters. Okay, that is it for creating our template files.